Hello and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I'm Becky, your yarn host, and today what we are going to do is this granny square. It has a cross in the middle, and then on the edges we're doing V-stitches and cross stitches. So I'm going to call this the cross granny square. It's a textured granny square, and if you stick around you'll figure out how to do it. It is a little bit more advanced. I'd call this an advanced beginner stitch just because of the cross stitches. The V stitches are not hard. The cross stitches they're not hard, it's just stitch placement. And I'll show you up close. There's your cross stitch right here. Right here is your cross stitch, and there's your V stitch. So you just have to, your V stitch is in the middle of your cross stitches. You just have to learn how, and there's a cross stitch here. You just have to learn how to place your stitches and you'll be fine. So, and I walk you through it step by step, so there's no worries. I did use scrap yarn. I used all of my scrap yarn. This is 4 worsted weight. This is all the brown that I have left, and I ran out of yarn on the pink up here, so I had to get a different skein out. And I tried to match it the best I could. You can tell where I stopped and started though. And you're gonna need the hook that you're using for your blanket squares. Mine's a US J10 6mm hook. You're gonna need a darning needle or a weaving your ends in needle and a pair of scissors. And possibly a tape measure to measure how wide you need it to be. So that being said, let's get started and I will see you in just a second. Okay, so we're going to start with a slip knot on our hook. You can do the magic knot here if you want to, magic circle or whatever you want to call it. Chain 4. We're going to go back into our first stitch and we're going to slip stitch. And right there is what we're going to be working into. We are going to chain 3. Then we're going to do 11 more double crochets. Your chain 3 does count, and you will be working over your tail. So just pinch it down there at the bottom like I've got my tail pinched, and you just start working right over the top of it. A double crochet is yarn over, go through the hole, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Always have a whoops. I want my tail in here. This is 6. 7, 8, 9. I'm going to scoot these over just a little bit. My tail's right here. 10. I've got using scrap yarn, of course, for these squares. You'll see a yarn monster coming to get me. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'll be right back when my dogs stop barking. Okay, now we are going to join to the 3rd stitch, and the easy way to find that is turn your work and you can see where these V's are right here. There's 1, 2, 3. So we're going to join into the top of this stitch right here. And we're going to try to go through both of those loops right there. Sometimes you can only get through one, sometimes you can get through both. I try to usually get through both, sometimes you can't. And see, I got through both stitches. So we're going to slip stitch. Then we're going to chain 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in the next stitch, which we're not going to work in the top of this one, we're going to work into this one, we're going to do a double crochet, my fingers don't want to work. Okay, and this, not this stitch, but this next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. We're actually going to do 2 double crochets in that stitch. Then we're going to skip to the next stitch, do 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Then we are going to chain 5, and we are going to work 2 double crochets in this stitch, the very next stitch over. The chain 5 is our corner, and the chain 8 down here is 1 stitch and the chain 5 for the corner. Then we are going to do a double crochet, just 1, and then we're going to do 2 in this next stitch. We're going to repeat that. We're going to chain 5, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Chain 5, then we're going to double crochet in the next stitch, or 2 double crochets in this stitch, 1 double crochet in this stitch, and to finish off, we are going to double crochet in the top. Got a hair. We're going to do a double crochet in the top of this stitch right here. We're going to join to the 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3. And that's what we look like. You can pull this tight if you want to. Now, this is what we're looking like. You can push this to the back or you can leave it on the front, doesn't matter. I'll pull it to the back here in a little bit. Now on this next one, we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to chain 3, okay, we're going to fasten off here. We need to start in a different spot. You can change colors if you want to, or you can use the same one. I'm just going to use the same color. And we are going to start with a standing double crochet, or you can chain 3 if you want to. I prefer the standing double crochet into this chain space right here. Oh, let me show you how to do standing double crochet. I've showed it before, but for those of you who haven't seen my other videos, you start with a slip knot on your hook. You wrap the yarn around, you hold it with your finger so that it slides nicely. You go through your chain space, you bring up a loop so you have 3 on your hook. Yarn over, bring it through 2, yarn over, bring through 2. And there you have a standing double crochet. Your tail will be up top instead of down here at the bottom. You can just slip stitch 3 up, but standing double crochet to me looks better. So then what we're going to do in this first stitch, we're going to pull this over this way, and in this first stitch right here, we're going to do a double crochet. Then we are going to skip 2 stitches. We're going to go skip, skip, and in this one we are going to do a double crochet. Now we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a double crochet back into this first one that we skipped, just like this, and we're creating an X. So it should look like this when we're done. You have a skipped space in between those 2 stitches. Oh wait, I messed up. Okay, let's do this over again. So we're going to skip 2 and go over here and do a double crochet in this one. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to go back over here and do a double crochet in this next one. And you're going to do this loosely so you can tell that it's an X. It'll create an X. And then you are going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, and you're going to do 2 double crochets in the corner, and I'm going to be working over that tail. And we're going to chain 3, 2 double crochets, and then into this we're going to double crochet in this first stitch, and then we are going to do an X where we skip 2, go into this one, double crochet, chain 1, go back into that first one that we skipped, do this loosely, then we're going to go into the next stitch because we went in this one. We're going to go into this one, do a double crochet, then 2 double crochets in the corner, I have a knot, then we're going to chain 3. And this is what we are looking like so far. You have an X right here in your chain spaces. This will start taking shape a little bit better. Then we're going to do our 2 double crochets on this side. Double crochet in that first stitch right there that you can pull back. Skip 1, 2. Go into the third one loosely, chain 1, go back into that first stitch right here, very, very loosely. You might want to pull just a little bit to make this an elongated stitch. Do your double crochet. Then this is the stitch you already did, so you need to go into this next stitch over here, double crochet, 2 more double crochets. You can speed me up, slow me down, do whatever you need to. Chain 3, 2 more double crochets. So we're going to do it again. We're going to repeat that. We're going to do a double crochet, pull this back so you get that opening right there, double crochet, Then we're going to skip 2, and in that third one we're going to do a double crochet loosely, chain 1. We're going to go back into the first skip stitch loosely, and I did tug on this a little bit, double crochet, and then in the next stitch, which is this very last one, we are going to do a double crochet and then 2 in the corner, chain 3, and we need to do 1 more in this corner, and we need to join to the top of our standing double crochet, which is right there. Hold on. I need to put my glasses on. I can't see what I'm doing. Couldn't figure out why I was blind as a bat. Why can't I see? You don't have your glasses on. And I didn't used to have to wear glasses until recently, so this is a new thing for me. Snug that down, and this is what you should look like. Let me pull this to the back so we don't see that all the time. Okay, so this is what you should be looking like. You have your X stitch right here in the middle of each one, and this will be more defined as we go on. Okay, I am going to fasten off right here to the top because I am running out of color. I've already worked this all the way around, and no, I won't be able to make it. I lost it, yarn chicken. So I'm going to roll this up and I will be right back. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to start with a slip knot again, and if you want to change colors like I'm doing, you can, feel free. But we are going to start with a standing double crochet again in this corner. And I am not going to do it like I did the last time because I didn't like it. So I'm going to do 2 double crochets, a standing double crochet, and then a regular double crochet. Scoot these over just a little bit. We're going to skip 1 stitch, and in the top, in the top of the stitch right here, I am going to do a V-stitch, and a V-stitch is a double crochet, and I am working over my tails when I can. Chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch. We are going to work, we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we are going to work in the top of this cross stitch right here and go underneath everything and work in the middle to open up our cross stitch. We're going to do another V-stitch, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches, which this is a stitch and this is a stitch, and we're going to go on the top of this one and we're going to do a V-stitch, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the corner space, a chain 3, 2 more double crochets in the corner space. We're going to skip this stitch right here, and in the top of this stitch we are going to do our V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Speed me up, slow me down, do what you need to in order to be able to follow me. Then we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and in the top of this one, or in the middle of this cross stitch right here, we're going to go right down in that hole and do another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, We're going to skip 2, which is pull this back. There's 1, 2. We're going to go into this one and do another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're going to skip this last stitch and we are going to do 2 double crochets in the corner, a chain 3, and 2 more double crochets. We're going to repeat that again where we skip 1 and we're going to go into this one and do a V-stitch, a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're going to go on the top of the X stitch and do that again. Your repeats will become easier to tell where your stitches are supposed to go the more you do this. We're going to skip 1, 2 and go on the top of this one with your V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, 2 double crochets in the corner space, two more double crochets, do our V-stitch, skipping this one and do a V-stitch into this one, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, move over, skip 2, 1, 2 and go on the top of our cross stitch below, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we're going to skip 1, 1, see how I had to pull that back, 1, 2, and whoops, and we're going to double crochet, V-stitch, chain 1, double crochet, I got a hair, and then over here we are going to do 2 double crochets in this corner, chain 2, actually I am going to half double crochet for my chain 2 and attach into the top of this stitch and do a half double crochet. Now the reason I did a half double crochet is because I want to end up in the middle of this stitch. So if you are chaining 2 or chaining 3, you can half double crochet and end up in the middle of this stitch. If you're only chaining 1, then you want a single crochet so that your space is smaller. If you are doing treble crochets or chain 4, then you would do a double crochet. So now our next corner that we do, we are going to chain 3, or we're starting in the corner. Then we're going to do a double crochet back down in the same stitch. We're going to do a double crochet in the top of this stitch, and a double crochet in the top of this stitch, which is one of our corner spaces. Then we are going to start with our cross stitches. So the top of our V-stitches, which is here and here, are the 2 that we're going to be working over our double crochets below. So to do a cross stitch, we're going to double crochet in we're going to skip these 2, this one, and work into this one, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go back into the top of this double crochet, pull up just a little bit, and we are going to pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we are going to do it all over again. So we're going to skip all of these stitches. This one's been worked into. So we're going to skip this one and go over here to this one with a double crochet, loosely double crochet, chain 1, and then we are going to go back. We've already worked into this one, so we need to work into this double crochet right here. We're going to work into this double crochet, pulling up just a little bit, making sure that we chained 1, and then we're going to do it all over again. We're going to repeat. We're going to go in this one first, and then we're going to go in this one second. So this is the first one we go into, doing this loosely. Chain 1, and then we're going to go back into this stitch right here. See where that's at? We've worked into this one. Now we're going to work into this one. This right here is our chain space. And when I pull it apart, if I pull it apart, this is the stitch we worked into, this is our chain space, and this is the bigger stitch, is the one that you want to work into. So we chained 1, now we're going to double crochet back down into this space. Whoops, wrong one, this space. Pull up, just to see how I've elongated this one, pull up just a little bit because I'm doing it loosely. Then we're going we worked into this one, so now we're going to double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And we're going to repeat what we did over here, which is 2 double crochets over here on this side. So we're going to do 2 double crochets over here. So we should have 4 double crochets on the corner. Sorry, my camera's wobbly. We should have 4 regular double crochets. Then we do a chain 3 for our corner. 2 double crochets back into the corner stitch. Pull that open and do 2 double crochets, 1 in here. Don't forget that stitch or you're going to be off. 1 here. Now we're going to work back into our V-stitch, so we're going to work into the top of this stitch and this stitch. This one first. Chain 1, double crochet into the top of this one. Then we're going to skip over. We've worked into this one. We're going to skip this one and work into this one. Chain 1, and now we're going to go back into this one. Then we are going to skip this one and work into this one. We're working into the top of our V-stitches, chain 1, going back and working into this one, and you need to do it loosely. Make sure you don't get too tight here. Now we're at our corner, so what we've already worked into the top of this stitch right here. We're already right here. See that? We're already, our cross stitch is already into this stitch, so we're going to go into this one and this one. So now we're going to go into this one. And this is a little bit daunting if you're a beginner, but you can do this. It's just stitch placement. It's the same thing, and crocheting a little bit looser. Chain 3, you do your double crochets in the corner, chain 3, 2 double crochets again. Like I was saying before, it's just stitch placement. You guys can do this. It's just doing little crosses, and see how now you can start to see the cross stitches. You couldn't down here, but up here you can start seeing them, and then whenever we work back into these, you'll be able to see it even more. You can see it a little better on the pink anyway. And I may run out of color and I may have to change to another one. Okay, so now we're going to work into the top of these 2 stitches. Make sure you pull this back and open up that first stitch. And then your second one, do a double crochet. Now we're going to work into our V-stitches doing cross stitches. So we're going to skip this one in we're always skipping the chain space, and we're going to work into the top of this double crochet. loosely so that it lays over, chain 1, and then we're going to go back and loosely work into the top of this one. See how I pulled that open so I could see where I was going? You just pull up your stitches a little bit, it opens up that hole. You can put your finger back there so you know you have a place to point it. Go in, pull up your loop, and then finish off your double crochet. Then you go double crochet back over here to this other V-stitch on the other side and do it all over again. Loosely double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going to go back over here into that one that we skipped and double crochet. And Pebbles is barking. She rules the roost. So now we're going to go over here into this stitch again and do another cross stitch, working loosely, chain 1, and then we're going to go back over here and go into that stitch, pulling up just a little bit loosely. Now we can double crochet into the next 2 stitches, 2 double crochets in the corner, so we have our 4 in our corner, and there's our cross stitches and our 4 in our corner, and we just have this side left that we're going to go down, and I'll do that with you too. Chain 3 for our corner, 2 more double crochets in the same corner space, pull back on your stitches to open up that first stitch, double crochet in the first one and in the second one. Then we start our cross stitches again, and we're skipping over, and you just go right into the top of that one loosely, chain 1, go back into this one, and you need to pull up just a little bit. Then we're going to go into this one side over here loosely. I have a cat hair or something. The cats were playing with my yarn. I found it on the floor. Snow, Cog's baby, was all over it. And I got cat hair. He was wrapped all in it. I might start calling him Demon Cat. he's a little pain. Chain 1, and then we're going to go back over here into this stitch for our cross stitch. Then we're going to work over here on this side to this next V-stitch, chain 1, and then go back over here on this, pulling up just a little bit so that your cross stitch works. Now we're back, we've worked into this one, so now we're back here, and we just do 2 double crochets in the top, 2 double crochets in the chain space, and we're going to half double crochet into the top of this chain 3 space right here, so that we're in the middle. Now, what we are going to do is repeat the V-stitch row below. And this is what we should be looking like. And our cross stitches will come back out. So this is going to be our last row that I'm going to do, because I have enough stitches on this next row for what I'm doing this for. So we're going to chain 3, and you want to finish on a V-stitch so that your cross stitches, you can make this as big as you want, but you want to finish on a V-stitch row so that your cross stitches show up. Otherwise they're just going to be kind of blasé there. And then we're going to do another double crochet. Then we are going to, let's see, we're going to do 2 more double crochets. No, 1 more double crochet. Sorry. And then we are going to skip 1. And we are going to I gotta figure out where I'm at here. I've got to add V-stitches on, so I'll be right back. Okay, I was right. We V-stitch, we skip 1, and then we're going to V-stitch into the next one, and that is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we're going to V-stitch. We're going to skip 2, and we're going to V-stitch in the top of our cross stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, V-stitch in the top of our cross stitch over here, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, then we're going to V-stitch on top of this one, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we are going to skip 2, 1, skip 1. So we're going to skip this one and we're going to V-stitch here. And then we are going to double crochet in the top of this one and 2 more in the corner. Chain 3. And 2 more double crochets, double crochet in the top of this one. You notice how I pulled that back with my hand, so I opened up that stitch. Then we're going to skip 1, we're going to V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch, and then we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and we're going to V-stitch in the middle of the cross stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, then we're going to skip and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, skip and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the middle of your cross stitch, and then we're going to skip 2, and no, skip 1, and we're going to V-stitch in the top of the next stitch. Then we're going to skip 1 and we're going to double crochet in the top of this one, 2 double crochets in the corner space, chain 3, 2 double crochets, and you just repeat that all the way around. I will repeat it with you. But this is what we're looking like so far. Don't think that you can't do this stitch and see how it opens up your cross stitches. Don't think you can't do the cross stitch, because it's not as bad as you think when you first start doing it. It's not as bad as you think, and it will build on your stitches. Just remember, you just need to take it 1 stitch at a time when you're doing your cross stitches. It's just stitch placement. It's still a double crochet, It's just where you're putting your double crochets. And at first it's hard to think, oh, I have to go back over here. That's the hardest part of the cross stitch. So I'm going to skip this one, and we are going to V-stitch in the next one. And then we're going to skip 2, and we're going to V-stitch in the top of our cross stitch. V-stitch in the top of this one. V-stitch in the top of this one. I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. I have somebody that's here, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this out, and I'll be back here in a second. Okay, we are going to fasten off our work. We're going to cut our yarn, and I did run out of yarn. I had to change to a different skein, and I tried to match it as best as I could, but it's not the exact yarn. But I ran out right here. I almost made my yarn chicken. We're going to pull that out, fasten it, snug it down, weave in our ends, and this is what we look like. So here's another granny square for you for your blanket. You can make this as big as you want. I had somebody ask me how big a baby blanket should be whenever you're doing these squares. You want to do, if you're doing a square, you want to do it minimum of 36 by 36 or 36 inches wide. A maximum of around 45 inches for a square. If you're doing a rectangle, you want to do a minimum of 36 inches by, I would, roughly 45 inches tall and 36 inches wide. So that's what I would do, and that's normally what I shoot for in a baby blanket. If you're making a crib size or something, you know, larger, then you need to do it a little bit better, so a little bit bigger. So that being said, I hope you like, subscribe, send me a comment, share it with somebody, hit the bell notification, do all those good YouTube things, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.